Welcome to this episode of The Good Conversations. I'm Jen.
And I'm Robin, and we'll be your hosts as we learn and laugh together during the video you're about to enjoy.
We invite you to get comfortable and get creative with us.
Let's begin. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Welcome, everybody. You're here with the Good Conversations, and today we have a very warm and fuzzy topic to talk about, Jen.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm. Today, Jen and I wanted to talk about friends because it's such a feel good connection with the people and sometimes the animals around us, right, Jen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. So, Jen, how do you meet friends? How do you know that someone's going to become your friend?
Well, often it's because we're involved in something together.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a shared interest,
Mm.
shared pastime. Um, but it can go a little deeper than that. Once I get to learn about a person, and learn what do they think about life, what
Mm-hmm.
guiding principles do they follow in their life, um,
Mm.
how do they perceive the world around them. Those things can help me connect if we have similar experiences, similar ways of looking at the world.
Oh, I love that. And I've also experienced or learned new ways of looking at the world through my friends as well, like you, Jen Hicks. Mm-hmm. I like that friendship can raise you up and make you grow as a person too.
Yeah, someone, a teacher once said that to me, and they were talking about a romantic relationship, but I think it's true of friendship as well, that a good friend will help you grow and develop and be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, and we'll still love you when you are not the best version of yourself. Goodness knows. Yeah.
So we're curious about you at home
Mhm.
and your friends that you may have now, friends that you may have had in the past.
Mhm.
What are the qualities about your friends that you enjoy?
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, another question for you, Jen. How do you know when there's a click, when you have a connection? Where do you feel that in your body?
I think I feel it in my shoulders. You know why? It's because then I feel like my shoulders can relax. I can really be myself.
Oh, man. Being your authentic, natural self, not putting on any airs or graces.
Right.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
relief that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very good feeling. It's a very calming, relaxing, very freeing kind of feeling.
Yeah, I love that. One of the things that I really appreciate about you, Jen, as my friend, is what a good listener you are.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you know what I really appreciate about you is how you have such a great insight into things, and you see through all the confusion to pinpoint what the real issue is.
Oh, geez, that who is that person? Thank you, thank you so much. I think it's really beautiful to know that someone's trying to figure it out with you. That somebody has your back. That you can be vulnerable with that person or that pet. I keep coming back to the pets because those are beautiful friendships too.
They absolutely are. You know what I feel like my dog has taught me about unconditional friendship, unconditional love.
Yeah. love that. And dogs attune, or our animals attune, much like people. When we meet someone who's going to become a friend, I was thinking about the signs that people give off, our friends give off. You know, they lean in close when you're speaking. Ooh, they nod just like Jen is now. Yeah. And sometimes their words echo our words. You know, have you ever heard a friend say, "Oh, yeah, I feel the same way"? Oh, nice.
Oh, that's so reassuring.
I love it. So really looking forward to doing some creative exploration on the idea of friends.
We have a special guest today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katya is our friend here in Toronto who is a visual artist, and she's going to be sharing some of her work with us from her studio.
Yep, that's right. We're going to visit her right now together with you at home. You're going to see Katya making some art, and we're going to watch all together. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, my name is Katya. I am so excited to be here with my friends, Robin and Jen. I'm a visual artist and I'm here to do a little bit of painting on the theme of friendship today. So I like to start by thinking about, how does friendship make me feel? And the first thing that comes to mind is being warm and fuzzy, and kind of just happy feelings. So I have here my paint palette, and I'm going to pick a warm color. So I'm thinking this red here. I'm going to load up my brush with this nice red, and I'm going to start with a heart on one of these profiles here. And I'm going to start with the outline for now. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a lighter pink, you can see there, and I'm going to fill it in with that. And I'm going to kind of make it fuzzy, so to speak. So a little bit of that fuzzy movement, like as if the picture is fuzzy with your brush. So I've got that. And now I'd like to think about how I would want to make my friend feel. And I think I would want to make my friend feel happy. And so I think a symbol for happiness perhaps, would be sunshine. I think the sun is something that makes most of us happy. And so I'm going to go into this other figure here and use a little bit of a nice warm yellow. Oh, and isn't that nice? There's actually a little bit of red there. I'm going to bring you guys in closer so you can see it better. How's that? So I don't know if you can see the red mixed into the yellow a little bit in some of these brush strokes. And maybe a little bit of this. And now I'm going to think a little bit about what's the feeling in between two people during friendship. And I think the feeling that comes in between us is like connection and this feeling of being understood and together. And so I'm going to start by creating a little bridge there. Maybe a couple of lines. And I like that blue color because it's kind of a calming blue. And again, I didn't wash my brush. So if you're watching this and you decide to paint, wash your brush. But if you don't, you might get some actually really cool little happy accidents like this yellow into the blue here and the red into the yellow. All right, and I'm going to do another fun color here. I think I'm going to leave it at that for today. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this on my own. And I'm going to reflect more on how friendship makes me feel, how I want it to make my friends feel, and how it feels when I'm with my friends, and what that feeling is like in between the two people. And it's a special thing to think about. I hope you have fun thinking about it on your end if you choose to do this project. And think up of some interesting symbols of how those feelings can be turned into a painting. And I apologize, I have a whiny pup. Maybe he needs a friend. That's okay, he'll get a friend later. So yeah, I encourage you to think of some symbols about how friendship makes you feel, how friendship makes your friend feels, and how it feels when you're together. And I think that's extra important to think about now because sometimes some of our friends we haven't seen in a while. And it's extra nice to be around our friends, even like today, virtually. So thank you for joining me here today. Bye, everyone.
Hey, Robin, I was thinking that there are so many different movements that we can do that symbolize friendship.
Oh, you're so right, Jen. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's listen to some music and let's share some movements that relate to friends.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, so here's the first one I have for you, and it's fun to move to the beat. It's kind of moving in, giving a high five.
Oh, I like that. Hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey. Like that.
You can do it faster. Do you have one, Robin?
Yeah, do you know, Jen, I was thinking sometimes our friends are great at bouncing off experiences and they'll say, hey, you're doing okay, even when you're not doing okay.
Okay.
I like this one.
That's the reality.
Yep, for sure.
Okay sometimes, not okay other times.
Yeah, and our friends take us and hold that either way.
Yeah. You know what's really nice is when we come together with our friends.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
We just kind of fit, don't we?
Yeah. Ooh, and you can shake it a little.
And it oftentimes feels very lucky when we can connect. Yeah, I like that. Oh, Jen, I was just thinking, you know, friends really can uplift us. Let's try this one.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Lift us up.
yeah.
They give us courage and support.
That's right. Make us feel like we're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually want to do this one again. The high five. This one. Okay, even when you're not okay.
Yeah.
What was the next one, Jen?
Connection.
Yeah. And then lucky when you can.
Yeah. And then friends lift us up.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, how about we end with a hug?
Oh, good idea. That warm feeling of hugging.
Yeah, acceptance and care. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch my arms around here.
Feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying these movements at home? Nicely done. These are beautiful.
That was fun.
Thanks, everybody. So, Jen, what a fun episode we had talking all about friends.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's so meaningful. I felt like the whole time we've been together, I have felt that uplifting feeling.
Me too. I really liked it when we both shared what our impressions are of each other and why we value our friendship.
That was beautiful. Yeah, you can never say to our friends enough how important they are to us, right?
So true. Absolutely.
What were your other favorite things today?
I really enjoyed thinking about how our pets can be considered to be our friends, that they can be very loyal, that they can give us comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That they're very dependable, in some ways predictable as well.
Yes, and like our human friends that make us feel comfortable, they're non-judgmental, right? They love us when we're up and also when we're down.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I love that too. I liked our conversation where we talked about all the different ways you can have a friendship, from being in school together, meeting people on the job, or having common activities that you share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sometimes it's circumstances that brings us together as friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes it's because we share similar ways of looking at the world.
Mm-hmm. Right. What you said about we share what is important, how we're trying to live our lives. That was really lovely.
Mm. Yeah.
You know what was one of my favorite things, and I bet you feel the same, is when we went and visited our friend Katya in her studio.
Oh, that was so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really loved watching her create and explaining what she was doing as she painted.
Yeah, that's right. The swish of the paintbrush when she was painting on the profiles of the two friends looking at each other. And she drew a heart on one person's face and a sunshine beam on the other. I'm looking forward to trying that at home myself.
Yeah, yeah, that's a nice way just to express ourselves in
Yep.
a very simple way.
Yeah, easy, easy. Doesn't have to be perfect, but really meaningful. Speaking of meaningful, how cool was that when we were moving to that jazzy music?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. There are so many ways that we communicate with our bodies around friendship.
Yep, I'm nodding. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so true.
Yeah, and I love how those ways can be woven into a dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robin, it just occurred to me a song about friendship that I learned as a Girl Guide, as a very young girl. And it went like this. Make new friends, but keep the old. Do you remember that?
Yes. One is silver and the other is gold. Oh, yes. Wow. I haven't heard that one in a little while, but it's perfect, isn't it?
It means a lot. It means we have room for a lot of friendships in our life.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's so lovely. Great, great episode. Lots to talk and think about with the topic of friends and how that adds so much good feeling to our lives.
Yes, I agree.
Jen, it's that time in our episode where we ask, what's for dinner tonight?
Ooh.
Yeah, what's happening in your house?
Well, you know what? I think we're gonna have a lasagna.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we make vegetarian lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
And so any of the, vegetables that are calling to me in the supermarket that are included. So maybe zucchini, tomatoes, carrots, spinach. I love spinach.
Very nice.
Yeah, yeah. So it's very yummy. And of course, lots of cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's my love language. That sounds delicious. Well, maybe I'll borrow some of your inspiration because I'm not sure what we're having for dinner. Anybody got any good ideas out there?
Well, it is barbecue season.
Oh, I'm inspired. Okay, so that's what's happening. We're having fish and barbecued grilled veggies. Yum.
Nice. Enjoy.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in for our episode about friends. It's been a pleasure.
It's been delightful. And until next time,
Stay creative. See you soon.
bye-bye.